Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige. This is Seeking Alexandria. You guys, how long has it been since, okay, this light's not on and it's literally distracting me. I can see a difference. You guys, so how long has it been? It's been a minute since I've gotten to do a foundation review. I'm like, come on drugstore, come on high end, come on somebody, give me something to test. And then boom, they descended from the clouds. And then with the holiday, all my shipping was delayed. And I'm like, listen, apparently next time I need to put in a clear request for please drop some new foundations and then get them to me on time. But today, you guys, I'm excited. This is the Bobbi Brown new foundation they launched. It says it is the Skin Long Wear Weightless Foundation with broad spectrum SPF 15. It is full cover, oil free, and shine control. That's just what it says on the back. You guys, on the front, I'm sorry. On the back, they give you like a paragraph about it. It says that it is full long wear coverage that looks and feels like skin, not masky, heavy, or cakey. Okay. We will see, because if that's true, girl, I'm a slay. Then it says this high-performance oil-free formula creates a poreless, shine-free finish with incredibly comfortable day-to-night wear. We will see. The emulsion, okay, blah, 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 pigments, blah, 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 breathable coverage, nobody cares. This part, I was good. I was happy about. Instantly mattifies oily skin for a natural look that is never dry, dull, or flat. That's a hell of a big claim. It helps minimize oil throughout the day and reduce the appearance of pores over time. It stays fresh all day into the night. Prime skin with moisturizer or whatever, and then apply foundation with a brush, sponge, or fingers. Shake well before use. Girl, who's still using fingers? What? In today's modern world? Okay, I picked this up in the shade Porcelain 0, as in that's the amount of melanin you have in your skin. A big fat 0. All right. Oh, that looks light. Okay. So it comes in this really nice glass component. Boy, okay, I'd like to say it looks really light, but like when I hold it next to my face, it's really not that far off. I went in this, like their description of this color on the website says, very fair beige with yellow undertones for extra light to fair skin. I believe that I fall into that category. It does say that this is for normal, combination, or oily, so probably not dry. It has a natural matte finish, full to medium coverage. It is $46. You get 1 fluid ounce, and as of right now, it has 5 out of 5 stars with 5 reviews on Sephora.com. I think that that's everything. Let's put it on. Let's get it on. Get my myrrh. I got a myrrh, and I got a this. Oh, and I already did, by the way, prime and prep my skin. I went in with my Origins Original Skin Pore Perfecting Cooling Primer with Willow Herb. It's like the longest name. How can I remember that? I should be able to go this, and you guys know what I'm talking about. I have been using this a ton lately, and I'm loving it. All right, so let's go ahead. I just tripped over. Oh, it's got a pump. You guys, I'm like too excited to do this, and I don't know why. My face is so red today, like all the redness, and I have 2 foundations I was choosing between, and I was like, we're going with this one because I'm really red and it says full coverage. So the first side of the face, we are so doing with that Beauty Blender. Okay, so like the tiniest amount of product comes out. That's literally my skin tone. That makes me feel a little bad about myself. All right, let's go in. We're gonna do, of course, Beauty Blender over here, and we're gonna see what we think. How much coverage are we get? Ooh, it's got like a nice minty smell. Okay, like hair. If we could not, that would be great. So I went in with all of the foundation that I pumped out, and it doesn't look bad. I really like the finish, but there is like not a lot of coverage. First of all, you guys, I've told you this before on my channel, when my face gets pissed off, like really pissed off, this happens. Like this red, like wah on my face. And when that happens, I don't always hold the foundation accountable because that is a lot. That's like being like, hey, I'm sorry, foundation, can you just, I don't know, cover Rudolph's red nose? Like, no, you can't. And I don't expect you to cover that either. So let me find the foundation brush that I literally just had in front of me. Oh my God. All right, we will go in with the IT Cosmetics buffing foundation brush, just a flat top kabuki, and we're gonna see if we can maybe stipple on a little extra coverage and maybe get somewhere with this, because I feel like we're not getting very far. And I feel like everything about it so far is screaming really nice to me, so I really wanna make this coverage work. I also thought it would be nice if I like brought you in so you could see me. Hi, how are you? I'm Paige. All right, let's go ahead here and stipple on some coverage. Stipple on some coverage. Wow, that coverage is already better. I feel like you do get a nice amount of coverage, a little bit more with a brush, and more importantly than that though, the finish with a brush is actually really nice. It's not like super streaky or grabbing or looking odd, so that's great. And P.S., when I told you that this red guy right here was really pissed off, so is this one. So I looked out. Guys, I've got one on both sides of my face. Oh my god, how great is that? All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to take some more foundation and we're just going to keep building it up and stippling over this area right here, seeing what kind of coverage we can get. All right, guys, so a couple things that I noticed while I was working with this, and I really went through on this one because I felt like the texture kept changing a little. Boy, I look freaking bizarre right now. I look like an org. Anyways, the one thing that I keep like going back to with this is like this really sticky texture. Originally, when I applied this side with the brush, it did go on really nice and it had a very nice look to it. When I went in to build up the coverage after letting it sit for maybe 15 to 20 seconds, it had already dried down into like an almost tacky consistency, which is very bizarre. It like dried down but still remained tacky, and so I went ahead and I still tried to build, and what ended up happening is on this red guy right here, the product was lifting off of it, like it was having a really difficult time clinging to that much texture, which is good to know because there's a lot of other texture it didn't have an issue with, but ones that are this big and intense and like sore, like, and I've told you guys before, I'm very open about this, I get actual like sores on my face as a result of like my tumor and my fibromyalgia and a bunch of other stuff. And so what ends up happening is product, it'll either gather on texture or it'll lift completely off of it. That's pretty common. But I did feel like right here, like in this entire section, it had a really hard time. I went in though and I put a little on my hand and I just tapped it over with my finger and that did seem to help. So I think that it needed to be done with like literally the lightest, most delicate amount of pressure. So if you do end up trying out this product, that's just something I would caution you on. If you have texture or raises or sores or acne or anything like that and you have an issue, try doing it with your finger instead and kind of patting it on, and that seems to help a lot. Other than that, you guys, the finish is absolutely gorgeous. It is like matte, but it is so natural looking. Like to me, this looks so good. It's smoothed over this whole area. My nose looks really good. And I'm really excited to go in with my Shape Tape because I've told you guys this before. Anytime I am working with a foundation, oh wow, that might actually be too dark. That doesn't happen in my world. But we're gonna do it anyways and just blend it out because I need to add a little bit of coverage down here. Oh, which by the way, side note, the coverage on this, I would definitely say it is a good medium to full, but it doesn't get as full as say like the Huda Beauty or the e.l.f. foundation that I tried out a couple weeks ago. Those were like almost instantaneous. It just covered everything like whoosh. And this doesn't do that quite that much, but it is a really nice buildable to full coverage for especially with people, for people who have just like normal redness or a slight acne. It would be great for you. Okay. Now, I've said this before on my channel, one of my favorite things to do when I go in with my Tarte Shape Tape, I almost said Shark, I almost did and I caught myself, but I like to see how this blends out, because a lot of times the Tarte concealer adds just enough like hydration and kind of plumpness to the eye that it really like livens up a good matte finish, and this is doing all right. Ooh. Wait a second. It does appear that it is almost fighting with my foundation because that foundation is so sticky. Oh. Well, now isn't this intriguing? The plot thickens. Ooh, child. Okay, so this foundation is interesting to me. It is so tacky that like my Tarte, which is normally like that Shape Tape is what, and I've said this 1,000 times, it's what adds like that hydration and that plumpness under my eye, and it makes everything like if I put on a foundation that's a little too matte, it usually brings it back and makes that whole area look just beautiful and hydrated and happy. And it actually kind of had like the opposite effect on this foundation. I feel like they actually just argued. Like, I'm gonna go with my Coty Airspun, but it's so interesting to me the way that those two products, like, it's so sticky, at least on my face. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how sticky this foundation is. Okay, so it actually set down pretty well. I do look very like dusty, chalky, and that is not uncommon for me after I set my face. I usually have to go through, add all my face products, and then when I set my face like with a setting spray, that's what like really brings it to life. So as of right now, it actually looks pretty normal. What I will say is that, girl, you, oh my God, I am covered in setting powder. You are setting your face no matter what you think you're setting your face, because without setting it, you legitimately feel like flypaper. Like my face was so sticky that as I was taking the powder and putting it to my face was like every ounce stuck to my face. So I'm gonna go ahead. Today's a multiple filming day for me, yay, and which is good for you guys because that means we got some content happening. Content. So I am actually going to go ahead, jump into another video, and I will come back when it's all said and done. We will see how this is going. And girl, we doing a wear test. You know we're wear testing. Why even? Okay. Pet peeve, when people are like, well, let's, like these big beauty YouTubers, because, you know, they have such busy lives, they put on a new foundation. They're like, oh my God, let's test out this foundation. They put it on and they come and they're like, oh, it looks great. I love it. Stamp of approval. And like, that's their whole video. And I'm like, what was the purpose of that? You put it on your face. Anything can look good. You could smear dog shit on your face and it would look fine for like 5 minutes. It might stink, but it would look fine for 5 minutes. And then, well, okay, maybe not, but you get what I'm saying. And it irritates me. Like, don't even try a foundation if you're not doing a wear test. Like, biggest pet peeve. And if I'm ever a big channel one day and I try to get away with it, I expect somebody to clock me in the comments and be like, hey girl, remember how you thought it was dumb? It's still dumb because it is freaking dumb. Oh my God. Okay, let me go ahead. Let me finish up my face and we will come back and we will drop everything. I lost the lid to this. There it is. And we will see if we like this Bobbi Brown or not. So far, I'm a little concerned but intrigued, and that's not always a bad place to be. So hang tight. Oh, do I know what you're thinking? Paige, you look different. Yes, you guys have already seen this look. I told you I was reviewing today all of the Cover FX shimmers and glitter drops and all the stuff that they recently released of the Shiny Persuasion. Now, you guys, let's talk about this Bobbi Brown foundation. All right, so it has been going, okay, where is my little mirror? I'm like, how can I tell you what it looks like if I can't even see my own face? It looks all right. I think the biggest thing that I've noticed about this foundation has been on my nose. It does look a tiny bit cakier than I would like. And around around here in general, it looks kind of cakey. But that's, you know, I guess that happens. As far as my bronzer, blush, contour, all this kind of thing, which, yeah, you're gonna notice that this highlight, it looks different. You'll have to check that other video because it'll make sense if you see that. I don't know, you guys, like, it looks okay. It's just not my favorite. It looks almost a little too matte, a little too dry for me, which I find interesting because that's like the one thing they said wouldn't happen. And here I sit feeling a little bit dry and a little caked out. Again, especially on my nose. This has already, that other filming, oh my God, filming that other video did take me quite a while, plus I've just been playing with my makeup. So I've already had this on my face for like 4 hours, and I'm not obsessed with it. I'm not gonna lie. It's just not, that's not my favorite so far. So you guys, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna finish out the day, and I will check in obviously at the end of it like I always do. We will do our close-ups. It has been so long since we've done a foundation, oh my gosh. Okay, I might change out this lip because it's bothering me. Not gonna lie, I'm neurotic. And then from there, I might film another video. I haven't decided. Well, you guys, you will know if I did or not. Maybe I don't want to. I can't decide. I'll decide later. You guys, I will see you after a while because this is not a decision you need to help me make because by the time you see this, the decision will have already been made. Oi, Paige, you overthink. Okay, I'll see you guys in a few hours. All right, you guys, it is the end of the day. This makeup has been on for like, I don't even know what, like say 8-9 hours-ish, and I definitely do have some final thoughts. Just grabbing my mirror. I don't like this foundation. Let's just cut right to the chase, shall we? I don't like the fact it's super cakey. There's really not much to say. I think that it photographed pretty well, but I'm not a big fan of the way that it has sat on my nose. It has been very cakey, very dry. It did oxidize some, which I was kind of like, where did that even come from? The first part of this video I felt like got a little long, and I like to keep my foundation reviews shorter, so I'm gonna zoom you in and let you see what I'm talking about. Don't mind my overlined horrible lips right here. They look atrocious, but let me zoom you in super quick and let's get this party started. The main areas that had the worst cake were definitely like the nose. All my texture through here was absolutely ridiculous, emphasized all the whole time. This never went away. Caked up instantly around the bottom of my nose, up onto my forehead. It just looked really caked up and dry. Same thing down here. And again, like I said before, the coverage over bigger sores like this were not ideal, but they did stay relatively put. And my contour, blush, and bronzer and all of that did stay put as well, so that was a plus, but the overall look and feel of my skin was not cute. I gotta be honest, you guys, I know I look like a dork right now. I have a clip on the top of my head. What are you gonna do about it? It's a thing. But you guys, I did not like this foundation. It just did not work for me. It was way too thick and cakey, which was an extra bummer because on the box, that is like the one thing that they said it wouldn't do. It might be just because I had to build it up so much to get the kind of coverage I needed. I know a lot of other people are a big fan of this foundation. Me, not so much. So I think that pretty much concludes my review. You guys, I hope that you liked this, and I definitely hope that now that it's been a few days that you guys are taking advantage, or taking the time, not the advantage, that you are taking the time to do my little challenge that I posted to hashtag end the stigma. And if you have not seen that, I will link the video down below. It's just all about, it's the what holds you back challenge, and it's basically where I want you to post pictures of the things that are supposed to hold you back, whether it be sickness, whether it be your self, deprecation, you hate yourself, or you have mental health issues or whatever. I don't care. I want to know what it is. I want you to post it, tag me on Twitter, Instagram, tell your story. And I honestly think that if enough of us get together, we tell our story, we tell the world that we're normal people and we just have issues, I honestly believe that we can make the world a more cohesive place to be, where we can really end that stigma, where those of us with depression, anxiety, medical issues, self-hatred, I have all of those. I really think that we can do this together. So I hope that you guys will check that video out and take the time and do it with me. I did it. I posted 2 photos, and I have continued to share and rotate them. So I hope that you guys will do the same. And again, don't forget to tag me, other influencers that you want to do it, other people, anybody. I want this to be something that reaches everyone, because I honestly feel like it's something everyone could truly benefit from. So you guys, without any further ado, I hope that you have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this. Don't forget to check the description box for all the other social media handles, and I will see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed the review of the Bobbi Brown foundation, even though I didn't like it because it made me look cakey and dry. Yeah, yeah.